Good morning. Good morning. Welcome everybody to the morning show with Angel and Tina.
Good morning. It is Thursday. This week's are just flying by.
Well, we're filling them up. That's for sure. That's
right.
For sure. Right.
I'm so excited. We have great guests on today.
Right. We've got John, Melton, and Danelle Delgado, and they are great friends. And so they're super excited to be here because this is going to be their chance to catch up with each other.
Right?
This morning. Absolutely. How are you guys doing?
And he's over there taking pictures.
We're doing.
Oh, no, I don't do pictures anymore. That's old school. I'm doing an Insta story.
Oh,
it's actually sad.
I love it.
I was looking through my pictures the other day, and I was like, I don't have any. It's just all Insta stories. It's just little snippets, no pictures. I'm like, this is terrible. I'm like, Nadia, what? You know, you got to crack the whip on me a little bit. I haven't been documenting with pictures. It's all short little video clips. It's terrible.
I love it.
Well, nobody wants pictures anymore, but you'll be sad someday when you don't have, right? When you don't have all those pictures. But I love that you two are together because I know you guys are good friends and haven't seen each other obviously for the last several months. But we're excited to have you guys.
Angel and I are just going to sit back and have coffee, and you guys can just sit there and talk.
No, we haven't seen each other since the death boat, John.
The death boat.
You know, it's interesting because every time we do, because we had the death boat, right, the sailboat, which was it was a lot of fun actually. It was just very. I lost my balance. I got a little nauseous, a little dizzy, and I might have a little bit of passed out. But what else did we do? Well, we also did.
These are when the truth comes out. This is like a TMZ. Right. You know,
I was like
the stories of the celebrities behind the scenes.
I was like, I got this, John. Scared to death. I got
you. Just go over there and sleep, John.
Somebody was trying to pick my brain about. So I was like, I can't even. I have to focus on living right now. I have to focus on surviving the death boat. And then Danelle yells over, "Hey, is John okay? Like he's just sleeping." I'm like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, John, can you give us some Facebook tips? Can you give us some ad tips? And he's like,
John, look at my stuff. Can you look at this? Look.
Yeah.
And I'm
later.
And you're like,
praying.
I'm sorry. Please let everyone have signed the waiver. This is very dangerous.
Danelle's on her knees on the front. Dear Jesus, please. And John's like, what?
You know what happened too? There was a couple people that said they were nauseous, and I'm like, really? I don't understand. It's fine. It's fine.
Great.
Fine. I'm like, it's not fine. I think that's happening to you know, law of attraction. That's what kicked in.
And then Nadia wasn't on with us. She was like,
again,
do that. I'm going to go to the spa. So we're like, we got the adventure, Nadia. You go to the spa. And we get off and we're like green. And she's like, you should have come to the spa.
I was like, I feel good.
She's all rejuvenated. And,
and we're like,
you guys ready to go to dinner?
Yeah.
That's what she does. She skips out on the adventure. She's like, that's nuts for me.
Right. Nuts for me. Right. And she's
we did the same thing in Colorado. That was fun too.
You did.
John, you were literally doing nothing.
Oh my gosh. Wait, this is like my favorite story in the whole world. So we are whitewater rafting in Colorado. John and I always make sure we're on the same boat so we can laugh hysterically the whole time and tell jokes. So we are, wait, were you on my boat? No, you were on you were next to me. That's right.
Yeah.
So we're going down the like hardest part. And a couple times during it, you really like everybody has to paddle or the boat flips, right?
Yep.
So it takes everyone to go. And John's back there like taking stories, like being hilarious. Their boat goes like under this rock and they're like high side and everybody jumps on one side.
What do they call it? What's it called though? It's called like a dog pile. They're yelling dog pile, but I'm in the front and I have no idea what's happening behind me. I am focused on getting off this rock. And
like this?
Right. And they're like, John, you were the instructor's like, John, you are literally doing nothing. So I had to basically go jump in the back of the boat on all the girls. I'm like, are you sure? He's like, get over here. So I just like lay on everybody. And then we get over because that's apparently a thing.
So the point of the story is you and I cannot go anywhere with these guys.
Oh, but you'll
They
have some
almost
memories.
died water
as long as you
rafting. They
survive.
almost died on the sailboat.
Yeah, I don't think sailboat is typically supposed to be called death boat. I don't know
Yeah,
if
I
we were
don't
doing it right.
either.
It's memorable. You know, marketing is memorable. It's meant to be. They will
That's right.
never forget. They had stuff to share and they are still alive, nearly, and it was great.
Nearly.
Yeah.
I love
Near
it.
death experience, but it was worth it. 100%.
I don't think I saw that in your marketing copy that you offered your death
You know,
experience.
and I don't think I saw either one of
I
those
didn't
stories
say
in your
adventure.
bios.
Adventure. You
Adventure.
have to
Right.
give people something to talk about. And everyone
it.
still to this day uses this on John and goes, John, you're literally doing nothing.
We're gonna have to hashtag that. John,
I thought I
you're
was
literally
doing so much,
nothing.
and it was
Which is the
literally
opposite
nothing.
of John, which is
Right,
why
exactly. Because John is always doing something. John is never doing nothing. And so for him,
John, get in the dog pile. Lay on all of us. I'm like, is that really a thing? I thought you were joking when you were teaching us that in the lessons part. Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna hashtag that every time we talk about you. We're gonna hashtag that from now on.
Oh man, that was a fun trip though, for sure.
do you guys like my background?
Yeah.
I'm playing
I
it.
love it.
So tomorrow
Assets are sexy.
Assets Are Sexy is tomorrow. And so we created this virtual backdrop for the moderators, but I didn't have a green screen. So we've been I tried to order one. Of course you
have
can't
to
get one.
show them. You have to show
know.
them this trick.
I'm going to show you how we created this. So we're kind
How
of
creative was this?
playing and modifying with backgrounds and stuff. And I couldn't get one in time. Of course, I didn't think about it until Tuesday, but you know, you can't get an HD camera or a green screen or anything delivered in time. So this is a plastic green tablecloth from the dollar store,
It
Hey,
cost
whatever
you
works.
$1.
right? Isn't that clever? So there's two of them. And so we were playing with that. My husband and I were playing with that last night. And so so I have a half screen. I have a half little thing going on today as we're practicing and getting ready for kind of getting the studio ready for tomorrow.
And
But I like
Danelle is kicking off the
Danelle
Assets
is.
Are Sexy tomorrow morning.
he is, and I can't tell you how excited Sharon is every time she talks about it. How Danelle is going to kick us off, and she's going to bring all this energy.
Full of energy.
Yeah, she is she is just tickled pink over you, Danelle, that you are going to be serving her audience tomorrow. So
I am so excited. I mean, if you think about all the people in the world who you can learn from, she's changed more lives with books. You know, it's one thing to read the books and let them change your life. It's another another thing to meet the person who wrote the books, who that's their mind. And then when you meet them and have conversations with them, it's so much bigger. We had like a 12-minute phone call the other day, and I had like an entire page of notes. I was like, just keep talking. It's not my turn. Just keep talking. And so it's super exciting to be a part of that. She's a legend. Yeah.
She is a legend. She is an absolute legend. Well, Danelle, I know we've only got you for a few minutes this morning. You've got something you've got to jump off to. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce you. We'll have a few great minutes with you. And then, and John, you can sit there and do absolutely nothing.
John, do literally
I got that dialed
nothing.
in.
You've got that, right, John?
I got that dialed in.
If you could just lay down like that.
If we need you to
That's
lay
why I
on
got my
us,
couch
we'll
here.
have you lay on us. All the girls.
Oh
We
my
don't
And
need chairs
again,
in our
you're with
studio.
all
We do
girls.
couches. Yeah, exactly.
Dog
Hashtag
pile.
dog pile. Like,
Dog pile,
Right.
yes, dog pile.
And I love that the two of you have this history together and that you guys are on the show together. We bring on two guests. Tina and I have been doing the show for about 6 weeks, and I think that we're in our 6th week. And the two guests, how the
Always.
universe just works beautifully, right?
Always
They
compliment
always
each
bring-
other, or they're
Yeah.
always, oh my gosh, I know you, and how do we know each other? And
Or I've wanted to know you, right? Yeah.
yes.
Okay,
awesome.
so I'm going to do your short highlight reel, Danelle, because you've done so much, you've accomplished so many amazing things, but this is just her little highlights of Danelle.
Her little highlights.
Yeah, just hardly
It's just
anything.
the little things she's done in life.
She is a single mom of 3. She's a survivor who went from broken to multimillionaire, making a global impact in just a few years. She is known as the millionaire maker, guiding the masses to build million-dollar businesses online and off. She's the best-selling author of I Choose Joy. She's one of the most sought-after female speakers on marketing, sales, online business strategy, communication, and personal development. And she is known for speaking to audiences of over 30,000 people in attendance.
That's nothing. Well, this is her little stuff.
That's just her little stuff, right? That's just the little stuff. Danelle, you are one of the most charming people on the planet. So approachable, so fun. I love your Friday Night Lives. How have you been transitioning? What has been different for you during this last, these last few weeks?
That's kind of like, I kind of lived in quarantine before.
She's like, I've lived here for the last 3 years. Are we in quarantine?
I mean, I work from, it's been a huge blessing. Obviously it takes, just to overcome all of the mental challenges that all the stuff out in the world causes for clientele. I think I've probably worked 2-3 times as hard as I normally have, but it's created 2 to 3 times the blessing. So I've impacted more people, showed up for more people, trained more people, did more, I kept doing what I was doing. But it's been a blessing to be able to do it with the kids home, letting them work from home with me. They already knew how to do it because they've watched me having 3 meals a day together. Like,
Danelle, how old are your kids?
They're 12, and 13.
So are they home? You're homeschooling them?
Yep.
Have you always homeschooled them or no?
Nope.
And how is that?
I'm really grateful I don't have children in tiny children right now, because I think that would be a big challenge. My kids, like, they understand when the work's done, they get to play. So they wake up even before me. Sometimes they get up, they get their computers, they get everything done. They show me that it's done.
And bye, Mom, I'm done.
Then they can, play and do things, and they get a little bit. We've had to limit, phone time and stuff like that. But really, I mean, challenges are always opportunity. So when challenges come in the world, last time the world crashed, I just started in business. I had no idea. I was so broke, I didn't know what the crash was. Crash. And so I learned how to take care of myself. This time being prepared and being able to really help people through it. You see that every challenge is a way you're going to help people. So I'm like, great, document everything you're doing right now that's working so that next time you can help more people. So it's been fun.
I love it.
Okay, so what are you most looking forward to? Like, what are you working on? What exciting projects you got kind of under your belt?
Yeah, I've got a new book coming out, which, working with my team in New York has been quite a learning experience. It's one thing to do it. It's another thing to dissect how you did it. And so it's been a really amazing experience. And that made me launch kind of a membership group to help people run and build their business for a year. So I'm so fired up. All of it. It's called Win on Repeat. And, that's literally what I did through anything, through trauma, trials, global crisis, life crisis, sickness, in sickness and in health. It's the pattern and system that I created to win anyway. Yeah.
I love your title, right? You're the millionaire maker, How did you get that title?
It was funny. Somebody introduced me as that on a stage, and I was like, don't introduce me as that. That's not what I do. And then they were like, oh, well, this person and this person. I go, oh, that is what I do. Okay, cool. That's a great name. Because you always want to kind of be accurate. And I think it came from, me wanting to build the whole person. I think first you have to build $1 million mind, then you have to make $1 million moves, then the millions catch up. So, a thought's a thing, like we know, and if you can't think it, you can't build it. So it's the maker, because we all have to become the one our results require. We all want it, but the work is a little ugly.
What was one thing that you had to do to change your mindset from being broke to being a millionaire?
Study. I had to study money. I think I knew nothing about money. And even when I made it, then I spent it. So, you know, it was really diving into, I had to start at the bottom, right? Start with the basics, the science of getting rich, you know, like all those, the millionaire next door, learn how to be thrifty, and, you know, cause everybody promotes online money as lifestyle, when really money is just a method. And so I had to studied, read books after books, got around wealthy people so that my language started to change, then my actions started to change, asked people. Like I just made a massive purchase in this time and people are like, you crazy right now? What are you doing? And I'm like, no, it's an investment. I just bought into this much equity and this much stuff. And they're like, oh, okay. You know, so, you know, but everybody has different opinions. And I think when you gain some competence, life will turn around.
I love that.
Ooh, that's good, right? When you gain some competence, right? Life will turn around. And you did, you became a student of what it was, right? And you lived it. You were eating it, breathing it, living it, learning it from everybody. But also, Danelle, like you took massive action as well. I mean, big leaps, action stuff that, you know, people around you freaking out over some of the decisions and choices that you were making. And I think that, you know, I mean, you showed some incredible bravery, right?
Yeah, I think, you know, it's funny because I went from a person who totally cared what people thought, like literally lived most of my childhood trying to make people proud, to being so judged in the world for what I did and not caring. You know, it was like that transition of, you know, it's like I learned my whole life growing up, everything everybody told me, well, that wasn't actually the facts. That was just what was true to them. So when I started reading books and getting facts, I started understanding that I was so far behind, I just had to double time it. And really, the things that stop people, lack of confidence, doubt, fear, like all these things that have zero, like the more they lean into them, have zero to do with their progress. And the only thing to eliminate it is actions. Like when you take actions, you get results, either good or bad, you know which way to go. So it's just faster for me to not cry, but to move. You know, I was like, I'm just interested in faster. Faster is forward. So I'm going to keep moving forward. And people were like, you're nuts. Holy cow. I went like so far in the hole building the dream. They were like, you're crazy. I went for the biggest speakers to come on my stages. They're like, Danelle, they're not going to come for you. I'm like, sure they will. I'm very convincing. I'm persistent, you know, and that's where the joke of the hair flip came from, you know. I was like, I'll get
Oh, you do the hair flip too. I do too. They always tell me that I do the little hair flip. And I'm like, I don't do the hair flip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I gotta do the hair flip.
I want to do the hair flip. What is
it?
You gotta do this thing.
I
got it from Dylan. Dylan's got the long hair and he'll do the.
Yeah.
It is so cute when boys do it.
I have a video of my son pretending that he's me and he's like closing me on something and he walks away and goes like this. And I'm like, oh, buddy.
I remember when my son, they're all Hispanic, so they all have like curly hair and black hair or whatever, but they had a little bit of hair like right there and he would go like this. And I'm like, you're not moving nothing. And he would keep going like this. And I'm like, you're not moving nothing on your hair. And he kept doing it for like the whole summer. I'm like, when are you gonna top it off?
Michael, my son is here.
He's just believing it's going to be there one day. Let's get ready.
So Michael is home. He's 22, and he was sitting in the kitchen last night, and I was just walking through, and I was just looking at him, but I had a glass of wine in my hand. And then he's like, Mom, what was that? I'm like, what was what? And he like got up and he like mimicked me, like how I was walking, and he has like his shoulder out, and I'm like, I don't walk like that. He's like, you so walk like this, Mom. He's like, he's like on his shoulder and hips. I'm like, okay. All right. So Danelle, I love that you're here. You do your Friday night lives. How long have you been doing that? Because I want people to like plug in and.
Yes. What's interesting about this is the reason I do Friday night live is because of John's wife. Interestingly enough, she got me to do it horribly. She was so ornery to me, and I'm so grateful. But
you were so ornery to me, but I'm so grateful.
4 years ago, we did a video, a live video, and I was so nervous to do a video with her. that when she asked what I did for a living, I forgot what I did for a living. I was so shy and so afraid. And I was like, I was like, please, you're going to cut this out, right? And she was like, no, I'm not. Keep going. And I was like, no, please. Oh my gosh, this is all my credibility. Like, do it. And she posted the video and tagged me. And it was this hilarious video clip of me forgetting everything that I was trying to say. And I called her. I was like, please take that down, Nadia. Oh my gosh. And she goes, I won't do it. Here's why. She said, listen, your story matters. You can change people's lives. If you want it to go away, bury it. Do more video. And she sat there with me while I opened up my business page. And she goes, here's how we're going to do this. We're going to get them over to here. And she goes, every single week, I just want you to do it. So it was actually, she made me do it. And John, I really owe everything to the Melton family. So, I mean, really, she made
because you literally do nothing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Nothing. It's Nadia.
I do all the coaching. I just the puppet master.
I just had a memory show up on Facebook. You know how these things show up on Facebook. It was my very first ever selfie video that I made.
You're gonna have to repost that.
Your event, Danelle, and where John and Nadia were speaking.
With Nadia, yeah.
With Nadia.
Oh, okay.
That's right. When she made everyone go live right then and everyone was walking around, I totally remember.
Yeah.
The ladies in it.
You were there for that. That's awesome.
I was there for that, yes. So we did one. I did it with Penny Brendan, and we're like trying to get the two of us in the screen together, and we're like squishing each other's faces.
What was it called? It
was the Leading Ladies.
Or Leading Ladies. Okay, yes.
The Leading Ladies and John.
And me, yeah.
Was it Leading Ladies? I don't remember. I don't. Anyways,
I thought it was.
It was.
What was the other one? The first one.
I don't remember.
Life of Intention or something?
Oh no, Life Intended.
Life Intended.
Life Intended. It was Life Intended.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was my very first ever selfie video. And it was Nadia making everybody in the room do it.
You're gonna have to repost that, Angel.
Oh no, I saw it. No.
She's like, oh no.
I buried it. I buried it. I did Nadia.
Don't you tell all of us that we have to start somewhere, right? You tell all of Media Mastery, you have to start somewhere.
People love watching. They love watching you fail, right? It's like why they look at car accidents. They love seeing me bad and then now better.
Right.
Right.
Why just post it? Share it.
They love the drama.
Yep. When somebody posts hate about me or anything, they're like, oh, awesome. She's normal. I'm like, yep, I am. Whatever. Like it just, yeah.
Yeah, Jay,
come on.
we weren't using YouTube. I wasn't using my YouTube channel at all. And until we started doing this show, and we couldn't go live on Facebook one morning. So as a backup, we went live on YouTube, where I had all of 12 videos, right? Or 12 subscribers.
Yeah.
And so we kind of dusted it off.
I was like, well, send me the YouTube video and you put it on your YouTube. And we were like,
but Jay was showing me the other day, he's like, Angel, you have 100% likes. I'm like, oh, shoot. They're not going to think I'm real. Like, that's not good. You need some haters in there. You need some
thumbs
drama.
Down.
Right? Yeah. You do, right? Like all 100% positive reviews, like something's wrong. Like that's not real. You got to have some haters. And he's looking at me like, you are the weirdest girl on the planet. Now, here's the thing that I feel about reviews. And I don't know about you, Danelle. Like when we were on the radio, we'd get hate mail. We'd get, gripey people. And I get always so excited. I'm like, yay, we've got listeners. We made an impact. Like this person had to find me on the radio, like go to my website, find this page, write this letter. Like they had to take all this action. And I get so excited. But if it was somebody I knew, like somebody, it like cuts me to the core. I'm like, oh, strangers, I'm so excited. I'm like, hey, like that's good. I'm making an impact. But if it's somebody close to me, yeah, I'm like you. I'm like, oh, I don't want somebody close to me to feel like that, to feel like crap. Like, talk to me.
Told me a long time ago, the bigger you are, the bigger target you have on your back. And I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me at all anymore. It's funny because when you build a tribe big enough and great enough that really appreciates all you do for them, I don't have to say anything they do. But you got to think about it. Like if you're doing something great, it's going to cause emotions from others. That's the good thing. I actually love it because a lot of times they'll get in there. I always respond to the good ones first, and then if there's negative, I'll go back and I'll go, man, that's a valid point. Great, I hear you, understood. You know, and you try to just go, hey, as long as your values are shared, even through hate, as long as it doesn't change who you are, then you're winning. You know, the hate part's about them, and you know, we just have to try and raise our values, raise our message louder than our voice. And you know, I've saved some just commit to evil, and I just let them have it. You know? Yeah.
Right. Sometimes it says more about them, right, than it does about you. Danelle, I know you've got to take off and run. How do you want people to follow you or to connect, or what do you want to share for contact information?
Do you have any freebies to give to our viewers?
Yes, you know, well, I have a couple of things. I'll tell you, Friday night is the best place to be. On my business page, 8 p.m. every Friday. It's an hour of training. It's the best gift I could give you. I'm all in there. So yeah, I've also got a free webinar if you pop to winonrepeat.com. There's about an hour training about how to monetize your hard work. So
and what is your Facebook page? What's the name of it?
Danelle Delgado.
So they can go over there. What time is it at on Friday night live?
8 p.m. 8 p.m.
Mountain
time. You know, the world revolves around mountain time, so I feel that's just what I always
see. I think those East Coasters would.
They would.
I think it always says Eastern. I'm always telling everybody Eastern.
Yes. Well, thank you guys. Thanks for having me. I'm excited for tomorrow, for everything Sharon's doing. And I'm really excited for you guys to hear from John Melton. Literally one of the greatest geniuses and genius families online ever. They're some of my favorite people in the world. So you guys have fun. I love you, John.
Thank you so much, Danelle.
You're the best.
Okay, bye.
I should have had her just introduce you, John. She
I know, right?
You, right? She knows you so well. You guys have done so much together.
Well, it's crazy too, because we go way back. I mean, we were in the same network marketing company back in like 2009 and 10. We were on a President's Club retreat, which was like this, 4-day getaway with top producers in like this certain category. And we got to hang out, get to know each other. And shortly thereafter, she left. I want to say she left. I probably should have asked her before she hopped off, but I think she left that company like a year before we did. I'm pretty sure. We walked away in 2013, but so we went, we were in the same company, and then, we kind of went in different directions, and then we came back together, I want to say around 2013, 14, and started collaborating again, did some events together, some masterminds together, have tons of mutual friends, obviously in the online space. But it's awesome to see what she's done over the last several years, and just building a brand, doing videos, writing books, speaking, traveling, training. And that's what excites me. I mean, that's why we went in this direction in 2013. That's why we walked away from the company we were with, because we really wanted to build a brand. We wanted to work from home. We wanted to work anywhere we had an internet connection. And, the truth is there's a lot of people that, they get started in network marketing or entrepreneurship. They want to start businesses, but they don't embrace the fact that, it doesn't matter how good your product is if nobody knows about it. It doesn't matter how great your coaching is, how great your programs, your products, whatever it is. It doesn't matter how great they are. If nobody knows about it, nobody knows you exist, nobody knows you. If you can't get attention online, you're not going to scale a business. You're not going to have big success. So I saw the value in that around 2013, following people like Chalene Johnson, Ray Higdon, Mike Dillard, Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Started following all these experts and gurus, and they're talking about building a brand and attraction marketing and all these things. And I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to build a community. I want to build my tribe. I want to generate leads. I don't want to have to cold call people. I don't want to have to run ads on Craigslist or, spam people on social media, pull business cards off bulletin boards, all the things I used to do. I want to build online. I want to build from home. I want to have freedom, not just income. So that's why we went in this direction. And it's crazy to see so many people absolutely crushing it these days. But as we know, things are also changing all the time. So you have to kind of roll with the punches. The quarantine This is a big lifestyle change for a lot of people.
But
right?
don't you think the quarantine helps people that, like with me, I teach appreciation marketing as well.
Yeah.
And so when you have that already in your blood, you already know the importance of building relationships and connecting and everything.
I think it depends on the individual, it depends on the company. Like I know companies, put it to you like this, I know companies that were very used to doing offline events, offline meetings, weekly trainings, weekly hotel events. Yeah. So right now they're freaking out. Now they'll not
in-home parties.
Right, exactly. They won't admit it. They're not going to say publicly, we are freaking out, but there's a reason they were against this way of doing things for all these years. It's not like they didn't know about Zoom. It's not like they didn't know about social media. It's not like they had no idea. They were against it. So when you're against something for so many years, and then you're forced into using these methods, maybe for some of them, they're embracing it now that they're obligated to, they have no choice. But I know some people that, I mean, they were making a lot of money speaking. They were making a lot of money building teams, building businesses, traveling, events, very against social media. Right. So hopefully they've embraced this new way of doing things. And we kind of talked about this when we first got started before we went live. But I think for a lot of speakers, a lot of leaders in network marketing, obviously most of my conversation is geared towards network marketers. I think a lot of them that were anti social media and working from home and leveraging technology, I think a lot of them, when things go back to normal, whatever that means, and the new normal, I think a lot of them will still continue to use technology. In fact, I was listening to Gary Vaynerchuk a couple weeks ago, maybe it was like a month ago. So this was kind of when the quarantine started off. And he said he might even, because he said he always hated the idea of working from home. He didn't believe in it. He was very, very against it. And he said since the quarantine, and again, this was only like a month into it, maybe a month and a half into it, he was realizing how much more productive he is without traveling all the time and working from home. And he said how a lot of his employees are getting more done too. So he said that he might actually do 1 week on, meaning coming to work, and then 1 week off, everybody stays at home and works. He might actually start implementing that when things go back to normal. So
Angel and I were talking about that. We are getting so much more done now that we don't have to spend 3 or 4 days traveling and in a hotel and in an airport and on a plane. And she was like, she told her husband the other day, we're saving so much money.
Right.
Right. I was one of those, John, that traveled, right? I traveled to speak and I knew some people that had stopped traveling, right? And they were building their business from home. And it just didn't make any sense to me. I'm like, it's so exciting. And we're meeting all these great people. And right, how else are you doing it? And now that we've been home, I am not anxious. I am not anxious to go back because it is effective. It is working. I mean, I don't want it to not ever go back.
Right.
I think that we have realized that we can, what you and Nadia have known for years, right? And have been building. And I'll tell you, I recommend so many people to you. Anytime I meet somebody who has a network marketing business, I'm like, do you know John and Nadia? Are you following John and Nadia? They like everything you want to know, go and learn from them, because you guys are you've always been that leader in this space. And I imagine that now more than ever, right, your business is just exploding even more because people are forced to. They're forced to learn it. Can I read your bio so that?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
Right? We can introduce you formally.
Like formally introduce you, right?
Anything.
You are. I mean, what you and Nadia have done for so many people, right? The reason that people start a direct sales business or a network marketing business, right, is to create a lifestyle for their family. Right, to create that legacy and to have opportunities, and you to have walked the walk and been that shining example and led the way. And you're always innovative. You're so creative, and I mean, you guys are just charming. Even though you do nothing, John, you're doing
literally,
right? Literally doing nothing.
To live that down.
John is one of the most highly distinguished home business experts and high performance coaches in the network marketing space. After spending years building his own network marketing business the traditional way, John grew frustrated by the lack of personal freedom and the toll that it had on his family. And we all know, right? You're doing night meetings, you're driving around town. Like we've all been there, right? He turned to online marketing, developing various strategies that led him to become a master recruiter and a 7-figure earner while working from home and spending time with his wife and children. In the last year alone, his organization brought in over $30 million in sales, close to 8,000 new social marketers, and over 114,000 new customers, all without home parties, without meeting presentations, and 3-way calls. Today's John's favorite words are systems and duplications, and he combines modern online marketing strategies with traditional network marketing methods to teach average people how to earn an above average income. Ooh, that's
love that.
Right?
That's it. You want to take it from average to savage. That's it.
Average to savage. You have all these fabulous phrases, like all these little keywords, all these little nuggets that you and Nadia have been doing, but you were out there, right? And you're seeing that, a lot of people, traditional, like they have their way, supposedly it's your own business, but you have to do it this way. You don't actually have the freedom.
Nope, you can't say that on Facebook. Nope, you can't do that on social media.
Right.
What is the favorite, like your most favorite thing about what you do?
I really like helping people. I tell my kids all the time, Dad, you're always like talking to all these people. And it's like, yeah, because I'm obsessed with helping people. Like I love coaching them through challenges, helping them with questions, especially people that are, willing and able, right? Like they're willing to do the work. They're right. Some people will, the tough part about network marketing is you deal with all shapes and sizes, right? You get some people that come in and, they're high maintenance and low production. You get some people that are high production, they're out there, they're a producer and they don't ask for help. They're low maintenance. And sometimes I have to reach out to them. Hey, do you need anything? How are things going? Because those are the best people to work with, right? Because you don't have to do a lot of work. You could literally do nothing. But I love helping people. I'll do it for free. Some people are like, oh, you just do it because you make a lot of money. Obviously we do make a lot of money and I love making a lot of money, but I make a lot of money because I help a lot of people. And there's people that aren't even in my business. They're not in my company that we were helping because we just, it's great to contribute. It's great to make a difference and help someone, whether it's with their business, their mindset, how they show up, what they're going to talk about in their videos, how to build their brand, how to generate leads, how to close prospects, how to follow up, helping them with their systems. So we just love helping people. We love providing value. We love showing up and putting value into the network marketing space, because I think ultimately a lot of people get involved and, they get excited. They love the possibilities, but, they get let down. They get let down because the person that enrolled them talked a big game. They said whatever they had to say to get them on board. But when push comes to shove, that person doesn't have their back. They're not supportive, or they quit, right? How many of us, those of you watching or listening, have seen people get involved in network marketing and they quit within 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Well, they introduced people that they said, hey, man, we're going to take this thing.
That next shiny object.
Right. Or, they just decide that like, this is harder than I thought. My friends are skeptical, I'm going to quit. But meanwhile, that person sometimes does enroll a few people before quitting. So now the people they enrolled are thinking, well, Bobby quit, so I guess I'm going to quit. So, for us, we almost became like, virtual uplines, right? Like online uplines for people that weren't even in our company, weren't on our team, just by showing up and putting value out there. And I got addicted to it. I just became obsessed with doing videos, putting value out there. And, when people are telling you, oh my gosh, your tips are helping me rank advance, you're helping me fire my boss, you're helping me, finally start paying down my debt, or whatever it is, right? With the FTC, we can't make income claims. But when people are telling you, they're having their most success because of you, whether they're one of our students, they've gone through our academies, or they're literally on our network marketing team. We just had our biggest month ever. Our organization sold almost 5 million last month. And that's
quarantine.
Yeah, exactly. And that's literally almost 900,000 more than we've ever sold in 1 month. So our biggest month ever was last November, when we have Black Friday and crazy awesome sales that we do with our team, with our company. And we surpassed that by almost 900,000 in volume. So
John, what do you think? What are a couple of tips that you can tell them out there that can help them become that person that you're trying to help them become?
So I think it's really important to help the newest person get off to a fast start. I typically teach 5 steps to building a profitable online business, and we promote one of our downloads that gives them like scripts, when to post, what to say, all these things, because I think it's important to have structure in place of like those getting started, those onboarding steps. I think it's really important to teach people something that I actually learned from Ray Higdon years ago. It made so much sense when he explained it like this. He said, basically, you got to get good at marketing and prospecting if you want to build on social media, you know, and we were the first ones that I'm aware of that started using social media to attract people to us via video. Like, I don't know anyone in network marketing because there was like, I joined a company in 2013 called Vima, and Vima had a lot of young people doing videos, but they weren't teaching, they were selling and promoting Vima. So it was very much like promotional based videos, right?
Like commercials, right? Like infomercials, right? Like
right, exactly. They're like, oh, I'm driving to this meeting. We just came back from another meeting and we signed up all these people and the products are amazing, blah, blah, blah. And that's cool, but that's not attraction marketing. That's a very direct marketing approach, right? And it does work, but for a lot of people, they don't want to feel like they're always selling and pitching their friends and family on social media. And one indicator that you're doing it wrong, the only people liking your stuff are people already in your company, right? That's an indicator. And you know, when you're constantly saying the name of the company publicly, you're not attracting people unless you're really talented, right? Unless you're really talented, we want to create curiosity. We want to market ourselves and not just the products or services, because people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if they know you and they like you and they're watching you and they're curious what you're doing, they're going to reach out to you, right? So we started doing videos in 2013 because we wanted to attract people to us. And then the people that liked us, they're going to naturally ask, what are you doing? What are you selling? What are you promoting? And even like a lot of the people we were following back then, they weren't really using social media. They were using YouTube. Nothing against YouTube. But when I bring on a new person on my team, when I bring in a new social marketer, a network marketer, a new distributor, they don't have a YouTube following, most likely. They might not even have a video on YouTube. They might be on YouTube to watch videos, but they don't have a following.
That was
where
like
do most people getting started in network marketing, where are most of their contacts? Facebook.
Yeah.
So if you can teach them how to create curiosity, how to launch their business and promote their business without saying the name of the company, so they generate leads for themselves and not for the company. Like if I'm like, I'm an ABC company, you're going to go Google it. So I'm giving Google that traffic. I'm driving traffic to the company itself, not to myself. Right? I want to drive traffic to myself. I want to teach my people to do that. But the other side of it is you need to also proactively reach out to people, right? I mean, there's so many people that get involved in network marketing and they post and pray, right? Yeah. They put up a post and then they pray that someone's going to ask them, what is it? What is it? What is this product? And that does happen, but you can't rely on that. I am so proactive still today. I still reach out to people all the time. Now, a lot of the people I am reaching out to these days, it's people that maybe I already have a relationship with. Maybe it's a new follower, a friend request, someone that, maybe commented on a video and I don't know who they are. So I reach out to them, but I'm always very proactive, even 18 years of doing this, to get in people's inboxes, because the money is made in Messenger or the DM on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. So I think it's so important for us to have those one-on-one conversations, get great at connection, get great at popping the question to see if they're open. And then we are huge advocates of this ATM system. We created the ATM Business Academy. It stands for Ad Tag Message. So essentially, you create a Facebook community where you add people that are interested in the products or opportunity that you're a part of, so they can learn more, so they can watch the videos, they can get the information, so you don't have to explain it. Because look, when people are brand new, the last thing we want them doing is explaining the products and explaining the business. They're brand new. They might not even have the products yet because they just got started yesterday and they're waiting for the products to arrive. How could they possibly sell those products to other people? So we use tools. We always say, don't be a fool, use a tool. So we introduce them into the group and then we follow up and close.
I'm going to have a list of Johnisms in my town.
Do it. Do it. It's 18 years. It's just in the memory bank.
Right.
But from there, we teach people that system. We want them to learn the 4 steps of marketing and prospecting. So they connect with people to see who's open. We ATM, we add tag message, we put them in a group so they can learn more and make a buying decision. We follow up to see if they have questions, and we introduce them to some of the other people we work with. And then step 5 is we teach them these 4 steps so they can repeat it over and over again with every person that comes into their business. And I tell you one thing that we did a few years ago that helped us immensely. And I know you have a lot of network marketers that watch your stuff and follow your stuff. So we were taught for years, lead with the business. And when they say no, you fall back on the product. And I'm not against it. I'm not against it. If that's what's working for the person watching right now, keep doing it. It works for me, actually. I have a lot of people I talk to about the business, and maybe they're already in a network marketing company, or they're doing whatever they're doing, but they still buy the product. So that does work for me also. But the average person getting started is not going to have as much success reaching out to their friends and family to ask them if they want to make money online. They're going to have more success leading with the product. So we've taught our people to lead with the product. And then when someone's interested in the product and you add them to a group so they can learn more about those products and see the testimonials and all the things, then you can ask, would you also like to take a look at how I make money online? How I make money on Facebook? And we have found that it's easier for the average person to go out there and get 5, 10, 15, 20 customers than it is for them to go out and recruit 5, 10, 15, 20 people. And by the way, if they go out and recruit 5, 10, 15, 20 people, and those people do what they do, then you're just going to have a big team of people that are self-consuming the products, but no one's getting customers. And that's number one. That's what the FTC doesn't like. Obviously, they don't like a business that's based on self-consumption. It's all recruiters recruiting recruiters to recruit recruiters. That's why people call it a pyramid scheme, right? Hello. But on the flip side, you have to build a much bigger team to do a significant amount of volume. I would rather build a smaller team, make more money, do more volume, and have more people on my team making money because they're getting customers and they're getting paid based on the customers they're acquiring and keeping versus having to be a recruiter. Most people are not influential enough or confident enough to go out there and recruit 5, 10, 15, 20 people, let alone know what to do with them.
Right. But they can fall in love with a product, right?
Absolutely.
And they can love the product. And if they love the product, they can become, then it makes sense for them. Well, you might as well make money. You can make money with this online. And it is a much easier way to sell. And you do have to have customers. Like that is legitimate. If you're going to run a direct sales business, you have to have cusustomers.
Right.
John, you and Lydia
out there, and I've been in network marketing and direct sales since 15 years. But when you find those people, they either throw up all over you, they just throw up everything they have. If you want my product, here you go. And you're like, what just happened?
Did you know? I don't know if you guys knew this, but Jay and I met at an Amway meeting.
You did tell me that. You told me that.
Yeah. His sister invited him, and my parents invited me, and we met at an Amway meeting. And so he'll tell you like, oh, I was super successful in Amway because he got a bride.
There you go, exactly.
He got the biggest prize of them all.
All right, so John, how do you want people to connect with you, to follow up with you? Because you're right, we do have, a lot of folks right now are adding a side hustle, adding more,
looking for that plan B,
more ways to work from home. And the fact that it has been like you've seen, like even, during this quarantine, people are more accessible. They are online. They are more open. And you guys have just tapped into it because you already had the systems in place. You weren't learning this and trying to figure it out. You guys were already flying. You were already running. But how do you want people to connect with you?
They can just connect on Facebook, on Instagram. It's just Real John Melton. I think that's the easiest way to search me on Instagram or Facebook.
Literally does nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
literally do nothing. I'll just chill.
I want them to learn about your like where do they go and watch your videos and get training and all of that fun stuff? Because
we also have My Lifestyle Academy.com. On MyLifestyleAcademy.com, we have our blog. We have our academies. We have some of the books and tools we recommend. You can also get connected to our different social media platforms, our YouTube channel. We now have our My Lifestyle Academy podcast. that we just officially launched. It's more of a relaunch because we had it in the past, but we had so much going on. We were like, hey, that's going to be put on the back burner. But with all the extra time we've had at home, not traveling to baseball tournaments every weekend for my son, we relaunched that. And in addition to that, we also have a Facebook community with over, I think it's up to like 31,000 network marketers and online entrepreneurs. It's a free community. So when someone goes to mylifestyleacademy.com, they can also join our Facebook group. And inside of that group, we have a bunch of like trainings and PDFs, and there's just thousands and thousands of network marketers from various companies. Because, back in 2014, we decided to start a Facebook group because we felt like, as much as we love putting out content on our Facebook wall, we wanted to have a deeper connection with our audience and with the people that were following us. So we started this Facebook group just as like a, kind of a fleeting idea, like, hey, we'll just start a Facebook group, add some people. Started out with like 100 people, then 500, then 1,000, and now it's got over 30,000 people. And we do a lot of our trainings in there as well. So we put out content all over the place. But that's the thing, right? It's like you want to have that omnipresence. You want to be everywhere all the time. And the beauty of the internet, this is the beauty. You can put out a video right now today that people are literally watching 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. I mean, I still get comments on old videos from years ago. Some of them are quite embarrassing, but you know what? They generate leads, they get engagement. Right. I mean, I just shared a video actually, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, that had like, 25,000 views on it. And it's just funny as I shared it, and all of a sudden, you start getting comments again on videos as if they're watching live. Like they're literally watching the video, responding as if they're watching live. And that was done in like 2017. I mean, that's just so cool.
It is so cool.
Amazing.
It is so cool. You guys, you were obviously very forward thinking, and leveraging the tools that are out there, understanding really how consumers, right? They want to interact, how to make this so accessible and easy for people
the power of relationships, the power of connection.
Yeah. I love it, John. Thank you. I'm super excited that you hung out with us this morning, that you and Danelle got to have a few minutes to catch up. Right. And
that was awesome.
So we're going to make sure that we never go on any kind of adventure with John
without a life jacket.
Yeah. Or
without a life
jacket or anything else. We're going to be with Nadia.
It will be an adventure. Yeah, she always finds ways out of those situations. She's like,
I remember she did not go on the whitewater rafting trip. I remember.
No, she didn't do that either. No way. She's over here in the background. She goes, I unsubscribed from those adventures.
I love it. I'm with you, Nadia.
Yeah, I love it. Fabulous. All right. So Miss Tina, what do you have coming up what's super exciting for you coming up today, tomorrow?
Launching my Connection to Client course this week. So I'm so excited about that. I'm Tina Torres, the gratitude specialist and your client retention expert, where I teach you how to gain and retain clients for a lifetime, to turn those clients into raving fans, and to increase your income without adding a single new client. So you can get my free 7 ways to increase your cash flow when you text the word connection to 26786. That's connection to 26786. And you can always follow me on all my social media sites. And Angel, what do you got going on? Tomorrow is the day.
This one, right? Tomorrow is Assets Are Sexy with Sharon Lechter. We've been putting together this event. It is a life-changing event, and I'm super excited, of course, working directly with Sharon. Danelle's going to be our kickoff speaker in the morning. Hopefully, John, you and Nadia can come and hang out with us. We've got incredible sponsors, so the event is complimentary. You can get your complimentary tickets at assetsaresexy.com. Everybody I know is going to be there. It's an all-day long party, and we'll end with a cocktail party, of course, at the end of the day. But come and play with us tomorrow at assetsaresexy.com. It is an absolute do not miss. Everybody in there, and everybody's coming. And so
everybody who is cool is going to be there, right?
All the cool kids are going to be there.
All the cool kids. This is the cool kid table.
Yes.
So what do you have to give for our audience, our viewers?
No. They only can come and see me if they come to assetsaresexy.com. They can't get my free gift. They can't get my opt-in. They can't follow me. You have to come to assetsaresexy.com.
That's it.
I'm actually giving away to the registration, people who register for Assets Are Sexy. My gift in the virtual gift bag is something I've never given away before. Never given away for free before, but it is my online 90-day massive media exposure system. And it's $1,000 value. I've never given that away for free before, right? So you get the entire 90-day massive media exposure system valued at $1,000. Actually, we have like $10,000 in gifts, maybe even more, that you get just for registering, and it's free to register.
I'm a registered person. I can't wait for Assets Are Sexy. We thank you guys for watching the Angel and Tina Morning Show, when we come to you live every weekday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, where we're bringing you fabulous guests, teaching you how to build your business, giving you tips, tricks, and giving you a bright start to your day. We will be here live tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with 2 new guests. I forgot who they were. 2 new guests. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.